How's it going? This is Aweaver with Century 21 Scheetz, bringing you another real estate video today. The good news is I think I finally found a camera angle that will work, so I'm pumped. Today we're going to be talking about the 6 steps that you have to take when you're purchasing a home. If you've purchased a home before, most of this is probably pretty common knowledge to you. But for first-time home buyers, a lot of them have no idea where to begin, so hopefully this video will clear all of that up. Before we get to the 6 steps, the first thing that you need to know is that buying a home is not an overnight process. You should probably plan out 2 to 4 months from the date that you wish to be moved into your new home and sleeping in your new home. Just with that, you have the purchase agreement. From the date you get an accepted purchase agreement, you have about 30 to 45 days, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. If you are paying cash for a home, then you get to skip the first and second step. But most people, of course, need a mortgage when they buy a home, obviously. So the first step would be to get in contact with anybody you know in the real estate industry. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you know me, so go ahead and contact me. You can call me, text me, or email me. I'll leave all of that information at the bottom of this video. But it doesn't really matter what profession they are technically in the real estate industry. There's tons of different things that they could be doing. At the end of the day, they will direct you to talk to a mortgage lender. For example, if you have an uncle that is a inspector, go ahead and give him a call. He will probably direct you to a real estate agent like myself, and then I will direct you to a mortgage lender that I trust, give you a couple different contact informations that you can look into. Step number 2 is getting in contact with that mortgage lender. All you have to do is say something to the effect of, "Hello, my name is blank, or Alex told me to get in contact with you," and then they will be able to take it over from there. They will just do a quick little mortgage application with you. You will be able to do that over the phone, in person, or you can even do that online. This is honestly the most important part of buying a home. Of course, not necessarily if you are paying cash, but if you are doing a mortgage, this is definitely the most important part when you are buying a home. From the application, they will be able to see your credit and see if there's any hiccups on that need to be addressed before you can buy a house. A lot of people have 1 or 2 things that they need to address, so that's another reason why this is very important that you get this out of the way. Also, they will talk different loans that are available, what you will need to put down when you purchase a home, and what savings you will need to have in the bank when you do that. And of course, they will tell you what your maximum dollar is that you can spend on a home. And after you find that out, that's when you can really start to work with your real estate agent. With talking with your real estate agent for step number 3, I'll just go over what I generally do when I'm working with a client. The first thing that we would do is we would talk about must-haves that you want in a house, such as if you had 2 kids and you had to have 3 bedrooms in a house, then we would obviously add that to the list of things that you need. And there's also some things that you want, you might not want, you're not too sure, such as location could be one. If you want to live in Avon, Indianapolis, or even Carmel, that is all a bunch of examples of those. With all of that, we would go ahead and set you up for an automatic search that would go straight to your email address. It will send you a bunch of homes that are on the market. You will get a list if you like. We'll go check them out. You'll find one you like, then we'll get it. Then you're on to step number 4. Step number 4 is writing a purchase agreement on the home, or other terms, it's just an offer on the home. This is definitely the tricky part, the most difficult part, the most stressful part for a lot of people. Obviously, the most important part in a purchase agreement is the price that you're offering to buy the home for. There's a ton of other stuff included in the purchase agreement. Most of it is just a bunch of legal talk. If you have any questions about that, you want to know exactly what is included in the purchase agreement, feel free to ask. I'd be happy to talk with you about that. Back to the subject though, there are some high rollers out there that will go to a house, see the list price and say, "We don't care, we want the house, we'll pay full asking price for it." But a lot of people, most people, they want a deal. If you can save a buck, then you want to save a buck. So that is a little more risky approach. Try to get as much money out of these sellers that you can. Sometimes you might lose the house if somebody puts in a higher offer than you have currently. Obviously, if you love the house, then this might make you a little upset. But if you look at it in the fact that whoever got the house probably overpaid for it, and financially down the line you will be better off since you didn't overpay for a home, then hopefully that eases the nerves just a little bit. There's always more fish in the sea. After you have an accepted purchase agreement, there's a couple things that you will need to do. But the main one is step number 5, which is the home inspection. Basically, all the home inspection is for is if when you were touring the house, there were some major defects or some safety hazards that you didn't see, this should bring it up. When the home inspector is done, he will send you a report. You will be able to look over the report, and if you want anything fixed, then you can ask the seller to do that. But then you're off to another negotiation. After the inspection is finalized, the seller's fixed everything you've wanted, you have come to an agreement, then you're on to the 6th and final step. And that is the closing of your new home. This is the easiest step by far. All you do is go to the title company, or it could be a real estate office where the closing takes place. You will sit down for about an hour or so with the seller, sign your life away, as they say, but then after that, you can go ahead and go home to your new house. That wraps up the 6 steps to buying a home. If you have any questions, like I said, I will leave my contact information below. A lot of people think that buying a home is this difficult process, but it's really not all that bad. But if you are thinking about it, remember, plan a little in advance. Thanks guys, and I will see you next Friday. One last thing before I go, I almost forgot. Sorry that the video is going to be so choppy. Still new to this, whole YouTube thing. But honestly, do I care? No! I'm just wanting to get the information out to you guys. The videos are going to get better. They're going to get more fluent. And I guess we'll just see you next Friday.